Welcome to class, beautiful people. GTT Pro, Mr. O back with a relevant details episode. Today, احنا هنركز على 6.7 sentence revision, relevant details note. So this is a big portion on your digital SAT, EST or ACT exam. لو تتفرجوا على الفيديو بعد ما تخلصوا الفيديو خشوا على النوتس وطبقوا النوتس على طول. So let's talk about relevant details. Let me zoom in a bit. All right, actually, let me zoom in a bit more. There you go. It's a bit reactive, the picture themselves. There you go. Looks a lot better like this. Okay, so relevant details معناها detail ليها علاقة بالparagraph, right? So it's really important when we do relevant details, we see some sort of relationship between the details and what's being discussed in paragraph next. So the skills today are closely related to the topic and transitional sentences, but we need to understand like what is the topic, what is the focus, and نيجي نحل question that. So objectives بتاعتنا النهارده is to understand the function of details in a paragraph, نفهم الديتيل ده بيعمل ايه, and we've already discussed certain things. So لو انتوا على 6.7 ده كده شفتوا transitional with topic sentences. So topic sentences, details, concluding sentences. تمام. So we talked about a few things دلوقتي, and this is برضو applicable to the digital SAT عشان أي paragraph ليها topic sentence. This is facts, right? So in topic sentence and concluding sentence, well, بيعمل ايه? So topic sentence بيعمل ايه? It introduces the discussion in the paragraph. It transitions from previous to next information. And the concluding sentences does three things. It relates to the topic sentence, summarizes the details, transitions to the following information. So when we talk about relevant detail, that may be the topic or concluding sentence. So think of the concluding sentence as the bread of the sandwich, right? So topic sentence, so that's sandwich, right? You have a topic sentence, you have a concluding sentence. ده العيش. الديتيلز بقى ده بقى السلطة واللحمة والخس وكده, right? It's a good way to envision it. عشان الباراجراف متكونة كده. It's called the sandwich method when we discuss or when we نيجي نتكلم عن paragraph. So what are details? The details of a paragraph can do many things بقى. It can elaborate on the topic sentence, give me information زيادة, support the topic sentence, give me examples, give examples, evidence, etc. for other details, give counter arguments and concessions. So the details of a paragraph is what makes the point, the part where the writer proves his or her point, and every detail needs to be on topic. So when I talk about relevant detail, لازم يبقى لي علاقة بالدiscussion in paragraph. It needs to be on topic. Type. نيجي نتكلم عن details. There are types of supporting materials or types of details. So here, comparisons. Number one. One thing is shown to be like another. Example, skilled college students are like the unskilled students in their desire for diploma. So this is one example of comparing items with details. شبه بعض. Number two, the detail ممكن يبقى contrast. One thing is shown to differ from another, right? ولينا اختلاف حسب the transitions في الباراجراف. لازم يبقى في حاجة يقول لي we need a contrast. لازم يبقى في حاجة يقول لي we need a comparison. Example, skilled students are different, right, from unskilled students in that whole detail. They use a method to read a textbook. Like we can use برضو statistics, we can use graphs, quotations for the descriptions. So statistics بيعمل ايه? Well, it supports using numbers. 75% of students who do not attend class receive grades of a C or worse. Graphs, well, graph that, as you saw in the digital SAT, there is graphs, right, very clearly support. Quotations, right, we need a quotation for support, right, from authorities. Example, Professor Smitty admits, I tell students they don't need to attend yada yada yada. So ممكن نستخدم quotation as a detail. ممكن نستخدم vivid description برضو as a detail. حسب إيه المطلوب بالسؤال. Not every question is the same. So السؤال ممكن يسألني what is the quotation you need? السؤال ممكن يسألني which one completes the paragraph? Which one completes the example? Which one gives an example equal to the example موجودة? So answer برضو the question that's given to us in a paragraph. Now, there are two types of details, right? There's major and minor details. Two types, major and minor. The main idea and its major supporting details form the basic framework of a paragraph, right? So I'm in a topic sentence with بعد the topic sentence being major details. The major details are the primary points the author supports the main idea with. Paragraphs often contain minor details as well. While the major details explain and develop the main idea, in turn, they are expanded upon with minor supporting details. So هيديني topic sentence, بعد كده هيديني major detail, بعد كده هيديني minor detail. So let's see an example, right? أنا عامل topic sentence, the main idea بالأصفر, major detail أخضر, minor detail أزرق. I want you to see الفرق ما بينهم, because understanding this بيساعدنا نحدد إجابة. Studies reveal that people's first names can have an influence on them, right? This is a major detail, not major detail, I said. Topic sentence, main idea, بالأصفر, like the man. Look at the two major details, right? Some names reflect on people in a positive way. However, other names can have a negative effect. So major detail number one, شايفين two details دولت, what do? Support the main idea بشكل عام. How so? It shows us the influence of the name, like the man. Let's look back at major detail number one. Some names reflect on people in a positive way. Now look at the very specific example of a minor detail. For example, one survey showed that American men considered the name Susan to be very attractive. I got this from a report, ala fikra. And participants in a British study thought Tony to be the name of someone very friendly. You see how the minor detail supports the major detail. It supports the topic sentence. We have to understand the paragraph as a whole to get an answer. And by doing this, it's easier. I wish it light was a higher contrast. Look at major detail number two. However, the other names can have a negative impact, like the man. How so? Is another major detail. It supports a topic sentence. In one study, for instance, now look at minor detail, beginning by a very specified example. Look at how the major detail, very general, and topic sentence, very, very general, right? What teachers gave lower grades to essays supposedly written by Boys Learning Association Assistance Center Universities of Hawaii. Mona named Hubert and Elmer then to the very same essay when they credited to the boys with popular names. Another study found girls with unpopular names did worse on IQ and achievement tests than girls with more appealing names. Interesting. Now, again, I want you to see how a paragraph is broken down. وطبعاً إيه هو الأساس? The topic of the paragraph, right? The names. كل sentence, every sentence is related to the names, right? So when he chose me about the bureaucracy answer, it was off topic. Your answer needs to be on topic. It needs to discuss what's being discussed in the paragraph. So دلوقتي بقى 6.7.1 relevant details. Well, يعني ايه relevant details بقى, right? خلاص فهمنا يعني ايه paragraph, وفهمنا يعني ايه major detail and minor details. So now we need to understand يعني ايه relevant detail. Identify what makes a detail relevant and what makes details irrelevant using mid-level text, right? That'll have a guide. So let's read through here. We've discussed in the last set of notes how every single detail must relate to the topic sentence in one way or another. We also discussed how every paragraph has the topic sentence, one major detail, and many minor details. In this section, we'll discuss how to identify information that is relevant to the paragraph and how to identify information that is not relevant. So when I choose supporting examples, the digital SAT or EST exam, it needs to be supported. It needs to be on topic. Okay, a relevant detail is information that does one of two things. Supports the topic sentence, supports previous information. Right? This means that relevant details must be on topic and on focus of the paragraph. Sometimes the answer may contain keywords, other times they do not. That's why you just don't work with keywords. طبعا you know this, Mr. Hakan, احنا نشتغلش على keywords. We focus on the main idea, we focus on key ideas, مش أي حاجة وخلاص. So let's look at this example here, right? And I want you to notice the green idea, I want you to notice the yellow ideas. As a result of recent energy crisis, new concepts of creating hot, dry rock recovery systems, right? Now, look at the asfar, right? Which involve drilling holes and connecting them to artificial reservoirs placed deep within the crust are being developed. Look at the yellow information هنا, صح? How is this a relevant detail? الأصفر ده relevant detail, الأخضر ده major detail. So again, how is this related? It defines the hot, dry rock. ولازم نلاقي relationship between ideas, right? Now, look at the continuation of the ideas. In all attempts to retrieve energy from HDRs. Now, again, this is a minor detail. It is relevant by continuing to describe the HDRs and how they will be retrieved, right? عشان في البداية بيتكلمني عن recovery system, how we can recover them, how we can get them, right? وهنا بقى بيقول لي, well, to retrieve them or to retrieve energy from HDRs, artificial simulation will be required. So every detail لازم يبقى related to the topic of the passage, to the topic of the paragraph. Relevant details يا إما هي support the main idea, يا إما هيبقى ليه علاقة, again, وإحنا شفنا examples, quotation, vivid description, like the girl emotionally connected to nature. لو فاكر ده in the question we saw, the vivid description, it needs to be related one way or another. Let's look at this example again. الأخضر ده topic sentence, right? The HDR resource base is generally defined to include crustal rock that is hotter than 150 degrees Celsius, is at depth less than 10 kilometers, and can be drilled with presently available equipment. So هنا بقى لو شفنا هنا HDR resources, that topic, and the focus is rocks more than 150 degrees can be drilled at depths than 10 kilometers. طيب تمام. Now look at the details that support. Although wells deeper than 10 kilometers are feasible, وده مرتبطة بيكلمني عن kilometers right here. Prevailing economic factors will obviously determine the commercial feasibility of the wells. وبيكلمنا عن drilling, بيكلمنا عن is it present or available ولا لا. You know, available equipment برضو, is it commercially feasible? Is it logical? As such depths, rock temperatures as low as 100 degrees may be useful. Again, احنا برضو بنتكلم عن temperature, right? عشان بيقول لي على 150 degrees. هنا في الباراجراف بيديني options تانية related to temperature. So these are all relevant details that support a topic sentence. Now, notice, right? عشان a relevant detail to be correct, it must be on topic, on focus, and it must expand or add to the conversation. Right, زي ما شفنا في military situation. Those are the first two steps, and then now we're adding details, right? مش بنزود new information, we're adding to the conversation, right? So مثلا لو بتكلم عن Messi, right? When I add to the conversation of Messi, well, he won a World Cup, well, he won the balloon, whatever, مش عارف ايه, هو كان بيلعب في برشلونة. كل الديتيلز انا بزودها is related to Messi. New information معناها حاجة بره الموضوع. right? مش عايزين كده. So what do we look for in relevant details? Well, keywords ما بحبهاش عامة. I like key ideas, خصوصا if you're digital SAT, لازم تركزوا بقى على key ideas. If you're into EST or ACT, pronouns, demonstrative adjectives, this, that, these, plus those, and other things, right? So this is a final example, but I'm going to end here. So this is relevant details. When we practice and questions about, we want to make sure our answer is related to the discussion, adds information, adds details, is related to the topic and focus of the paragraph. You can learn anything, Mr. Sema, out.